You know what? So far this NFL season, I've been a little bored, and I don't say that lightly. I've been watching football since I was in 3rd grade, usually 10 a.m. with the pregame till midnight, watching every single game, NFL Sunday Ticket, and I'm like, this season's not really doing it for me. I'm having total letdown time. And you know what player, what team is going to really stand out? There's not really anybody that's smoking it to me. Unless you count Josh Scobee. Wow, what a leg last week as the Jags upset the Colts. Anytime the Colts lose, it's an upset in my eyes. I think Jacksonville keeps that going this week against Buffalo. They're in Buffalo, and Buffalo doesn't really start winning until December 8th or something, right? Home field advantage up there in the cold Buffalo climate. So let's go with Jacksonville to march in there and win this week. Denver at Baltimore. Baltimore just seems smothering to me, and I don't think they're going to lose anymore unless there's a quarterback that can just light them up for 350, 400 yards and just shock them one day. But I don't think that's going to happen with Kyle Orton. So let's go Ravens over the Broncos on Sunday. Kansas City at Indianapolis. Did you ever think the Chiefs would be undefeated at this point, coming off a bye, which is great for them? They'll be well rested and ready to play. But the Colts, they just can't lose at home to the Chiefs. I don't see how they can do it. I think the Colts win that one, take care of business, although they have some holes, don't they? Bob Sanders out again. Ugh. Green Bay at Washington. Packers, well, let's put it this way. I think the Redskins put everything they had into the Eagles game, and now they're just going to kind of fizzle for a couple of games, and so it's a good time for the Packers to play them. I'm liking the Packers in that one. St. Louis at Detroit. I mean, take a stab. I'm going to say Detroit. My first thought was St. Louis. Sam Bradford kind of on a roll. They got a win last week. But I'm going to say that Detroit and their defense is going to step up in this one and beat the Rams. Chicago at Carolina. Carolina just doesn't have it this year. I feel bad for John Fox. He's a good coach, but I think the Bears do have it this year, and they're going to march in there and win. Tampa Bay at Cincinnati. Bucks got off to a great start, but I think they're starting to have that midseason kind of fizzle. Plus, they're a young team. I mean, give them 2 years, and they'll be getting it together more often. But let's go with the Bengals there. Atlanta at Cleveland. Falcons. Cleveland's starting to look a little better, show some signs, beat the Bengals last week, but let's go Falcons. I just believe in Matt Ryan. The Giants at Houston. Giants, road team for a while there. Their Super Bowl year, they were winning all the time on the road, and now it's been a little bit more difficult to compile the wins. Sorry, is my pen annoying you? And the Texans are just having a great year so far, and they're in it for the AFC South. So let's go with the Texans to upset the Giants. I think it's an upset. It should be. New Orleans at Arizona. The Saints, they're in a lot of dogfights this year, aren't they? They're not blowing anybody away, and they'll probably be in another one in the desert, but let's pick the Saints to pull it out. Tennessee at Dallas. Dallas coming off the bye week. Titans are tough this year, tougher than usual anyway. Jeff Fisher got fined. What was that all about last week? $40,000. Let's pick the Cowboys just because they had the bye week to take care of things at home. Their Cowboy Stadium, home of the Super Bowl. They'll beat Tennessee on Sunday. San Diego at Oakland. Right up the coast. You can't pick Oakland. You just can't do it, so I'm going to go with San Diego there. Philly at San Francisco, the Sunday night game. I want to pick the 49ers so bad, so I'm just going to do it, okay? 49ers at home against the Eagles because the Eagles have a few issues now. The Minnesota Vikings. Did Monday Night Football score or what with this storyline? Minnesota Vikings at the Jets on Monday night. And now Randy Moss and Brett Favre on the same field. Okay, so they're going to be talking about that a little bit, I think, going into the Jets game. Just because of that, I'm not going to pick the Vikings. I'm going to pick the Jets, all right? Have some beer, have some wings, have fun.